Imagine waking up to discover that your creative work has been viewed hundreds of millions of times, establishing you as one of the most recognizable independent musicians on the globe. For nearly a decade, a young girl operating from a quiet suburb in Germany achieved exactly that, dominating online spaces with flawless classic rock performances that earned praise from legendary rock stars. But just as her platform crawled closer to the monumental milestone of 2 million subscribers, the familiar background her audience grew to love completely vanished. The casual uploads ground to a sudden halt. Her long-standing legacy digital presence was abruptly abandoned, and intense speculation began to circulate that severe external pressures or internal industry struggles had forced her off the grid entirely. The internet immediately assumed the worst, wondering if another brilliant young talent had been completely crushed by the overwhelming weight of viral stardom. In the fast-paced world of digital media, a sudden silence usually signals a deeper crisis behind the scenes, leaving millions of followers demanding answers. Tonight, we investigate the real story behind this sudden disappearance, stripping away the online rumors to uncover exactly where she is hiding in 2026. To truly understand how a global phenomenon completely vanishes, our investigation must return to the very beginning of this unprecedented viral rise. Growing up in a deeply musical household, rhythm seemed to be completely second nature to her, but it wasn't a solo effort that launched her into the stratosphere of online media. Behind the camera was a highly specialized technical advisor and professional studio musician, her father, Michael, who brought decades of production expertise to the table. In 2013, he meticulously engineered the audio, adjusted the camera lenses, and uploaded a video of his 14-year-old daughter effortlessly tackling a complex progressive rock track. The internet exploded almost overnight, and suddenly, a teenager operating out of a modest German basement was regularly outperforming established industry veterans in viewership. It looked like the ultimate modern fairytale of organic digital success. But behind the flawless packing of those early videos, a heavy financial storm was quietly brewing that the audience was never meant to see. But behind the illusion of effortless internet fame lies a brutal corporate reality that few independent creators ever managed to survive. While the public automatically assumed these staggering view counts were generating life-changing wealth for the young musician, our look into the platform's backend reveals a total financial nightmare. Because her entire content strategy relied on playing along to legendary rock tracks, automated copyright systems immediately flagged almost every single video she uploaded. Corporate giants like Sony and Universal instantly stepped in, utilizing automated enforcement tools to redirect every single dollar of advertising revenue away from the creator and straight into corporate bank accounts. She was generating millions of views and massive engagement for the legacy music industry, but receiving virtually zero financial compensation in return. This brutal corporate trap meant that keeping the platform alive required a total, exhausting reliance on direct fan donations, creating immense pressure to perform without the basic financial security that standard media entities take for granted. The financial strain on the channel was only the beginning, as actual industry hostility soon escalated into a full-scale battle for survival. Major rock camps and legacy legal teams began aggressively targeting independent cover artists, leading to an intense wave of video blocking drama that sent shockwaves through the online music community. Legendary music catalogs were abruptly pulled from the internet, historic performances were forced offline, and the constant, terrifying threat of permanent channel deletion loomed over a decade of meticulous hard work. It became incredibly clear to the young artist that relying solely on copyright-protected music was a dangerous game that could end her career with a single corporate click. The immense stress of constantly fighting automated content ID systems and legacy record labels forced a massive turning point, sparking a radical decision to abandon the very setup that made her famous. Suddenly, and without a single word of warning to her casual viewers, the iconic German basement studio went completely dark. She packed up her massive drum kits, left her hometown, and completely severed ties with the environment that had defined her youth. Speculation ran rampant across online forums regarding her safety and well-being, but the reality of her relocation was far more unconventional than anyone could have guessed. Investigative tracking reveals she moved her entire recording operation onto a literal houseboat anchored in the Netherlands, completely isolating herself from the public eye to focus entirely on earning a formal music degree. She was no longer willing to be just the viral teenager performing for tips online. She was actively transitioning into a highly trained, independent audio producer, fiercely determined to break away from the shadow of her early content and the heavy technical guidance of her family network. That pivotal transition brings us directly to the reality of where she stands right now in 2026. The old digital spaces and websites that hosted her early career have been officially retired and scrubbed, replaced by a completely modernized, highly professional platform managed strictly on her own terms. Our sources confirm she has officially left the Dutch houseboat behind and relocated permanently to the competitive heart of London, stepping directly into the global music industry as a fully independent, self-made artist. Instead of chasing the unpredictable platform algorithm with endless classic rock covers, she is quietly releasing original studio singles, engineering her own complex productions, and collaborating with international session artists on a global scale. The girl from the German basement did not disappear because of an online tragedy. She vanished because she made the deliberate, calculated choice to kill off her old internet persona in order to save her actual musical career. This dramatic shift leaves the media with a fascinating, cautionary look at the powerful illusion of modern digital fame. We watch independent creators through a highly polished screen and automatically assume they have achieved total freedom, completely failing to see the intense corporate battles, financial traps, and creative exhaustion happening just out of the frame. Surviving the modern entertainment landscape often requires a radical willingness to completely destroy the very project that made you famous, just to build something authentic that you actually own. As she navigates the cutthroat London music scene completely on her own terms, it makes you wonder how many other viral stars are currently trapped in a digital system that quietly drains their creativity, and who will be the next major creator to walk away from millions of followers just to find their true voice.